Hi friends, it's been a bit. Today is all things tomatoes because we have these beautiful large tomatoes from the garden. Actually, this one is almost 2 pounds and this one I think was 1.6. We've got some okra. So I've been trying to use them up. So I made this salad with tomatoes and cucumbers from the garden, some onions from the garden, some avocado that I had to get healthy fat in there, and I did a balsamic Dijon dressing. It's delicious. We've been eating that the last few days. I also roasted a whole bunch of cherry tomatoes because I knew that rain was coming in and I didn't want them to split. So we actually got 9 inches of rain in less than 4 hours. So it's been a bit. We had water in the basement, so I was dealing with that. I took some time today to make a frittata for my husband using more of the tomatoes and some chives from the garden. And I made some granola, and we are dehydrating for simmer pots. So it is dehydrate city the past 3 days because it's almost fall and people love the simmer pots, so I can't really keep them in stock. So I've been dehydrating, I don't know, I feel like for the past 5 days I've been dehydrating, and I still have some to go. I still have to do the rest of these oranges and lemons. There's 2 apples left. I've got another bag of oranges, I'm gonna do some limes for class in the fall. We are dehydrating up here. We've got some thornless blackberry leaves, some calendula, some orange peel. We've got tulsi in here that needs to be turned on, but the moisture in the house is really high because of all the rain. Luckily, the sun is now out. I actually dehydrated some fleabane. This is my first year trying this. This is the tulsi so far that we've got. But yeah, it's been a minute. So if you supported me for the book launch that happened last week, it was August 13th to August 18th. It was successful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have not gotten your book yet for your home health library, it is a must read. If you are dealing with any sort of chronic pain, chronic disease, if you know someone, which I'm sure you do because it's an epidemic, so if there's someone in your family, if there's a friend that you know that is dealing with chronic pain or chronic disease, please go get the book for them. It will change their life. The discoveries that I include in this book are not discoveries you're going to find at the doctor's office. They're not discoveries you're going to find on Dr. Google either. They're discoveries that took me over a decade to understand, to implement, and to now use with other people so that they can heal themselves too. Let me grab a copy of the book so you guys can see it. Here it is. This is the main book that has all the discoveries that I made in over 10 years. And I wore a lab coat and I couldn't fix myself. Like, there's some irony there, right? And then this is the workbook that goes along with it. And this workbook is filled with the discoveries that I made in the main book. And it's broken down into quick prompts that you can just flip to a page. And there's adequate, I think there's 3 pages here that I gave you to write. So you have plenty of space to write. And to decipher what the messages from your body are trying to tell you. Symptoms are just messages. Does not mean you are broken, if there's anything wrong with you. It's just messages from your body asking for help. It's calling out. It wants you to help it. It wants you to pay attention. And that's what it's about. When we numb out, when we dissociate, when we try to push and stifle down our feelings, we actually create more energetic imbalance in the body. We create more stuck energy, which leads to more pain, leads to more symptoms. So if you get anything from this video today, other than reading the book, because I think it's so valuable, and I'm not just saying that because I wrote it. I think if I had that book 10 years ago, my journey would not have taken as long as it did. But then I wouldn't be able to write the book for you now. But I really feel like the messages are so important and they're needed to be heard. And there is not one book out there that has everything in it in one place like mine does. And that was my goal. It took me a while to write it because I wanted it to be thorough, but I wanted it to be relatable. I wanted you to see yourself in it so that you could take the next small step in living a life that you are worthy of living. You're worthy of being healthy. You are worthy of being pain and symptom free. This is not to say that you won't ever have pain or symptoms, because that's part of living in a physical body. But you don't have to have pain and symptoms 24/7. It doesn't need to define your life. There are options, there are answers, there are choices you can make. And as I write the next book talking about the choices that are available to you, the unlearning journey is still very present. It's still very prevalent. And so I recommend that you get this book, you add it to your home healthcare library. You don't just want the Kindle, you want the actual book so you can refer back to it like a well-loved, I don't want to say textbook, but a well-loved, useful book of knowledge, because a lot of the information I talk about is not information you can find online. And especially in the next book, it is not information that is readily available. It is no longer online. So, Google has changed a lot of the rules as to what can be on there. So it's important for you to have physical books with information that can help you. Until next time, friends.